amazing. You start like, oh my God, you're just like get amazed. You start having these states of expansion, states of consciousness, and it's inside the body. And another way we also call it body-centered psychotherapy, because when you start working with people, the way their body is will start telling you how their personality is. And that's what my next topic is our whole being and our personality is actually coming through our body in some ways. If we're like this all the time, how do you think I'm going to feel? I'm actually perceiving the world in a certain way. I'm emotionally like this. In fact, I do have a little bit of this, like it's an emotional rubber band that pulls me down all the time. So when I like, and it's like an emotional, like, ooh, and I'm like, I feel myself fighting it all the time, like a male, you know, it's like, okay, I gotta pull myself up. And that becomes a mental thing. Now I'm fighting with my body. My body feels like I feel sad, I want to pull down. And it's like we go through the emotion and it unhooks and it'll come up naturally. But our personality is actually fixed from our bodies in some ways. Our ability to move through the world. You know, I saw someone in a wheelchair recently and they're just like this, you know. And so they perceive the whole world is this from this shape. You know, and we just take it for granted until something happens. Then we can't.
That was good, just what you said. That was good. Let's get that on camera. You perceive the world as your shape.
Yes. And the shape, and we talk about those different shapes. And sometimes and this is what the real reason why we call it memories, is because we store incomplete experiences in those shapes.
So how you carry yourself. Like
exactly.
how you walk.
So if you had a car accident and you're like this, sometimes people go into that, their body will, this is what I was talking about, the body naturally moving, it'll actually go into that shape again to have that memory release.
Which makes it, I think, even more amazing when you see people that are handicapped and they perceive the world in absolutely phenomenal way and they've overcome the actual shape that they're in.
That's right. And that's
yeah.
important. It's like we're not bound to it. You know, some people just have a state of love, and even though they might be handicapped,
yeah.
you know, they've overcome their shape.
Yeah.
And
they didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice.
The ones that have the choice are
the ones who are moving freely haven't, you know, really gone and done that.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, the reason it's called body-centered psychotherapy is when you start working with clients, you start seeing people like emotionally where they're at. Like I go to some of the grocery stores where they don't sell like great healthy food, and people are like, they're like little monsters, you know, they're angry. And you see the male with the tight jaw, you know, and it's just like, everyone tight their jaw for a second. Just try it. Just try it for your jaw. Now, if you were living like that the whole time, how would you perceive the world? It's the truth. And I hate to say, you know, so I'll be talking to my friends and they'll be clenching their, I'm like, can I work on your jaw sometime? They'll be like, what? No, seriously, I can't stop looking at your jaw. And so it's funny because the body will actually start calling you. Be like, hey, come work on me. You know, so it really